Hello YouTube, I am back, and I am going to start going through my alphabetized collection. As you can see in the back, you can see some of it. I got a bunch of CDs to go through. It's going to take me a long time, should I choose to stick with this. But I got 10 to show for now. Starting with A, obviously, because I'm not that fucking retarded. Get a sip of coffee here, and I'll get down to fucking business. Now, if you're still there, I shall begin. We have Abigor. Fuck. I'm such a fucking retard. Channeling the Quintessence of Satan, released through Napalm Records. This album came out in, don't quote me on anything I ever say, but 99 or 2000, I think. Probably the last album they did, up until their most recent one, I should say, from last year. But up until then, that was the last one they did that I really could get into. They just got way too weird and experimental after that, and I'm just not big on like experimental music. I just want to hear, just old school black metal from Abigor, or at least the way that they did it. Yeah, I got a couple more from them, as you'll see next, and it just kind of over my head. Now we have Satanized, a cosmic journey through infinity, I think it's fucking called. A journey through cosmic infinity, what the fuck ever. Also released through Napalm Records. It's an okay album. It's got a couple really cool songs, actually. It's just, once again, it's just not what I want to hear from Abigor. It's okay. You've probably heard it. If not, check it out, form your own opinion. It's kind of middle of the road for Abigor for me. It's not horrible. It's just not what I want to hear from them. I've listened to it maybe 3-4 times. Whatever. I mean, it could grow on me still. I've had it for many years. That's just how I am. Next, my final Abigor album, at least for now, I really want to get some more of their shit. I have Fractal Possession, which is 2 or 3 albums back. This one is way fucking over my head. It's just way too... They kind of went in the vein of like Ludas Nord, Deathspell Omega, and I do like those bands, but even those bands, some of their stuff goes over my head. It's much more experimental sounding. I don't know. I've had it for probably 3 or 4 years or something like that. I'll probably still give it a couple more listens. It might grow on me, but it's not what I want to hear from Abigor. This was released through End All Life Productions. It's pretty cool. It's a nice package, digibook, as you can see. Very well put together, built-in booklet. Yeah, packaging and presentation is awesome. It just, the music contained therein is just, it's not really my cup of tea. It's a little too weird for me. Next, we have, I'm a very big, I don't know if I've said before, but I'm a very big, like Australian, Black Death type fan. That 90s stuff, and even up until now, they're still killing it. A lot of those bands. I could name a few, Gospel of the Horns, Destroy 666, Bestial Warlust, and of course, Abominator. Nuktemeron Descent. This is the only full length I have from them. Yeah, just what you would expect, I guess, if you're familiar with a lot of that Australian stuff and you haven't heard this band. It's just brutal, just barbaric Black Death. I mean, what more can I say? Just, some words that you've heard before that fit the description. Go check it out, man, if you like brutal Black Death metal, if you like Australian Black Death, or just if you like metal in general. It's good stuff. Brutal. Next I have it's a compilation, I believe, of their first 2 demos. Got it from Nuclear War Now earlier this year, and it is Barbarian War Worship. Killer stuff. Like I said, if I remember correctly, it's their first 2 demos. So, yeah. Get it from Nuclear War Now. I think I only paid $5 or $8 for it. Get that from them. Get a lot of stuff from them. You probably already have. Next up, we have one of my favorite bands. As you can see, I'm wearing one of their shirts. I don't have a lot of their stuff, unfortunately. I've heard all of it. I just don't own it all. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. I only have their last 2 albums on CD. Starting with Absu. Absu, you've probably heard it if you're familiar with the band. It's not their best album. It was a comeback album that they did. What was that? 7-8 years ago? I can't remember for sure. It's a good album. Like I said, it's a comeback album with a new lineup, at least at that time. and I think they were just kind of getting back into the swing of things. It's decent, but it's kind of lacking in a lot of areas. Still worth checking out if you haven't heard it. Next we have the successor to that album, and it's much better. It's definitely some of the best stuff they've done in a while. I quite like it. It's called Absu with a Z. They're recording a new album right now. Should be out pretty soon, but anyway, this is their most recent. As you can see there, I got this through Candlelight, I think. It's pretty cool. Nice digipack there. This is actually this copy is. Sorry, had a little freeze up there. This copy is actually very special to me, and I'll tell you why. I traveled to Missoula, Montana, which is about 4 hours from me, earlier this year to go see them. It was fucking great. Went by myself. Nobody wanted to come with me. Don't have a lot of friends here that listen to metal. Anyways, I had the entire band sign it, as you can see right there. Very fucking cool. Got to chat with Prescriptor for a couple minutes. Cool guy. Yeah. If you ever get a chance to see Absu, fucking do it, man. Just one of the best live bands I've ever seen, and I'm sure you'll agree. And check that album out if you haven't heard it. Now we have, I'm not the biggest Accept fan. We have Metal Heart. It's got a couple cool songs on here I really like. This is kind of the last album of their their classic era. It's a good album. I mean, we all know Accept. I guess I don't really need to go into too much detail. Now we have one of their comeback albums without Udo Dirkschneider, their original vocalist. We have Stalingrad. If I were to say anything about Accept's comeback albums, I think they have like 3 now. They're really fucking good, man. They're really good. I kind of like. I don't know. This is probably heresy to say, but I kind of like their newer stuff with Mark Tornillo better than their original stuff. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Accept fan, but man, their comeback albums, just killer. All right, if you're still with me, thank you. I have one more. One of my favorite U.S. death metal bands. Sorry about Louis. He's a fucking brat. If you've watched any of my videos, you've seen him just be a total turd in a lot of them. Acheron, Anti-God, Anti-Christ. This album is killer. It's one of their best albums. I think Acheron are totally underrated. Just really fucking good. I'm sorry. Louis, can you go to lay down, please? I got this from Moribund Records. They're the ones who released it. I don't know if they still have it, but I urge you to go check it out and try to get it if you can. There's the back, as you can see, Vincent Crowley. Yeah, totally killer stuff. Like I said, I feel they're very underrated, and which is kind of sad. But if I were to say if there's any album to start with, this is a pretty good place to start. Anyway, that is 10 CDs. I'm gonna shut my mouth and quit rambling. And yeah, man, you guys have a good week. I'm gonna come back in a couple days and I'm gonna do 10 more CDs for my collection. So please comment, subscribe, hit the like button. I don't give a shit. I love talking about metal. Don't have a lot of friends that are into metal, so every chance I get, I like to talk. So talk to me, do whatever you want. Thank you for watching.